I'm immigration lawyer Mark Northam.
And I'm registered migration agent Monica Gruszka.
And on this episode of the Migration Show, we're going to talk about a very interesting proposal that has been put forth by the Orana region of the state of New South Wales in proposing their own DAMA, as the Northern Territory has. Some very interesting things they're pushing for in their version of the DAMA.
So stay tuned to get more information.
Welcome to the Migration Show with Mark Northam and Monica Gruszka, the show for Australian migration agents and immigration lawyers, where we talk about the latest Australian immigration law, policy and much more, including your questions. Information discussed on the Migration Show is not intended as legal advice or immigration assistance and is current as of the date of the show's production. However, as migration law frequently changes, you should always refer to updated information. And now, from Sydney, the hosts of the Migration Show, immigration lawyer Mark Northam and registered migration agent Monica Gruszka.
I'm Mark Northam, and with me is Monica Gruszka.
Yes.
And we're back for another episode of the Migration Show.
Welcome back. Now,
Well,
we've got some exciting news regarding another DAMA.
Another proposed DAMA this time. Now, this has been in the news off and on for the last 6 months, but we now see a very specific proposal being put forward by the New South Wales region of Orana. Now, what are the big cities, or
Well,
they
when
are
we're
big
looking,
cities?
yeah, that's right. Well, when it comes to Orana, we're covering some areas that are expanding, and we're going to start from Mudgee, which is quite large, and Mudgee has a university out there.
Yep.
It goes all the way to Burke if you're going inland, and then towards the border would be Lightning Ridge. So Orana covers quite a large mass of the inland part of New South Wales.
I've never been to any of those places.
I have.
Okay,
I've
there we
been
go.
to all of them. Mudgee, Gilgandra, I've been to Burke, Lightning Ridge, amazing. Busy
All right.
towns. Busy towns.
They are.
They
Well,
are. Yes.
You know, we always hear from the government that there's problems in regional areas getting skilled people. And this looks like what RDA, the Regional Development Authority, Orana, is trying to address.
That's right. And the interesting part here is when you're comparing the DAMA in the Northern Territory to the DAMA here, it's still different. And we're going to go through why there is a bit of a difference compared to both states or territories.
And this DAMA, again, to confirm, is not in place yet. This is a proposal that
Just a proposal.
the New South Wales area is pushing for, but it's not locked in yet.
That's right. And the same with Victoria. We know that they're putting a proposal in with one of the regions in Victoria, and we're yet to hear of anything. But this is exciting because this is hot off the press.
Sounds like a shift in tactics here.
It is.
So, well, there's some interesting statistics in this thing.
Well, it is.
If you turn your hymnals to the next page. We have $8 billion in output.
That is
Ka-ching.
insane. What is happening to require that amount of money? I'm interested.
There's a lot going on there. What else, Monica?
So we've got 122,000 people.
That's a significant
estimated.
Yep.
So it looks like business is going good for this region.
$7.9 billion in projects.
Looks like
serious
there's
stuff.
a great injection of cash.
Yep.
So that will obviously create jobs. So we're looking at how many jobs potentially in the next 5 years?
How many?
2,500 jobs.
There we go.
Very good. Well, let's have a look at, we know obviously the benefits of it. You know, you've got economic development, you've got workforce and partner for growth, which we know.
Yep.
That's the whole purpose of the DAMA.
Some of the things that they're pushing for, they talk about things like workforce readiness, having enough folks there to work, awareness of trades, family drift out of region. That's a big issue. You know, when the young folks grow up and they get out of high school, they don't want to be in the small town anymore. They go to the big city.
Well, that's it. Funny that. I'll just give you an example. I went to Steamboat Springs. When I went to America as an exchange student and worked in a ski field, we were able to get those visas because everyone in that young kids would leave those towns to work in big cities. It's the same thing that's happening here. A lot of young children who are born in these regional parts of Australia are looking to leave and go to the major cities.
Wow. Well, there we go. That would be the family drift.
That's the family drift, yes.
Labor market expansion through skilled migration. They realize they need skilled migrants to expand their labor force.
You know what? I'm really happy with this point. This is more accentuated than what was on the DAMA agreement in the Northern Territory region. So
that's true. One big difference.
I think there's going to be a few more concessions allowed in this region of New South Wales than the Northern Territory, I actually think.
Yep. The role of entrepreneurship in regional areas, trying to get people to build businesses there. That's important.
I totally agree. And you know what? I always mention this, but I really think that aged care is going to hit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, with the aging population.
Yep.
And we have no one really to satisfy looking after the aging population that is skilled.
Huge gaps in employment there because, I mean, with the baby boomers all getting older and retiring and their health going down, they're going to need huge numbers of aged care workers.
Of course, but also the National Disability Insurance Scheme injected around $20 billion. So that is a massive area of growth. I'm seeing that everywhere. As you know, I'm a big advocate of the National Disability Insurance Scheme.
Yes, you are. You're involved in all kinds of things with that,
I am,
aren't
and
you?
so I really believe it. So occupations such as community service worker, disability carer, and aged carer, I think are going to be in there.
Great. Well, there's some interesting things they're pushing for, and this is on the next page.
Right.
We talked about labor market expansion through skilled migration. But what's interesting, take a look at item number 3 there.
Right.
Well, that's one of your favorites.
This is the best news to hit the migration profession.
If they get this through.
If they get this through, the Orana region will be one of the first areas of Australia to potentially abolish the Skilling Australia Fund.
The SAF.
The levy. Now, Northern Territory, no, that still exists.
Yep.
However, the abolition of the $3,000 and $5,000 Skilling Australia Fund, with though companies with a turnover of less than 10 million. So I'm not
small
sure.
Businesses.
Small businesses. So
that's right.
When it comes to anything over 10 million, still, we're not sure of.
And I will read this to you because this is just so you get it directly from what Orana is pushing for. And they want to advocate for the abolition of the $3,000 and $5,000 Skilling Australians Fund's contribution for small businesses,
yes,
those with annual turnover of less than 10 million, nominating a worker for an RSMS visa.
The 187.
187. So
yes.
This is going beyond just a DAMA to get 482. They got a big target here.
And I think that's a good idea because why would you want to penalise companies or businesses that are regional? Where's the incentive? That's why I think the Orana is going to hit a really good point.
And this could be just the beginning of dominoes falling for different areas, especially regional areas that are having skill shortages, making deals with the government and suddenly becoming very attractive.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's good for businesses, for sure.
Yep.
What about, advocate for a review of the method used to determine, I like this, the short-term skilled occupations list to better reflect what the labour shortages are in that area. So it's going to be based upon real facts. What jobs need to be there? What do we need created? Not what is overall in the umbrella for the Department of Immigration to decide. So I think that's very attractive.
And you know what needs to come right on the heels of that?
Yes.
A way to scale the TISMET minimum salary so that the regional areas don't have to deal with such a high number.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just not reasonable to think that a skilled person is going to make the same in the middle of the sticks that they're going to make in the middle of Sydney because the cost of living's
That's exactly
very
right.
different.
Rent, everything, groceries,
Yeah.
everything's different. Well, that's fantastic. I think that's just brilliant.
Another thing I wanted to point out here, they are looking to support the efforts of the National Farmers Federation to have a dedicated agriculture visa. It's the fruit pickers.
It is the fruit pickers. That is going to be fantastic. And I really think that Prime Minister Scott Morrison has something to do with this.
Let's hope he's still around.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But what's your opinion of the new federal election? Who do you
Well,
think?
you know, I don't know. A lot of people seem to think that Labor's coming back.
But I'm enjoying Scott Morrison because
I am too.
I really am. Because, the approvals, everything's changed since he came into
on the migration side, that certainly has been an improvement.
Things have changed since Scott Morrison came in. He's a big advocate for anything regional and agricultural, so I'm really happy with this.
Me too.
I
And,
think things are changing.
And our last point here, they want to put on the RSMS visa, the 187, they want to expand it to include semi-skilled occupations.
Now, the reason being, I'm going to give you a clue, abattoirs.
Abattoirs.
Yes, and there are lots of abattoirs out in the Orana region. Now, that includes...
You should probably define that term for those not here that don't know that one, because I didn't know that one before I came here.
Did you really?
They don't use that term in America.
What do you use for abattoir in America?
Slaughterhouse.
What? Okay.
Glue
I think
factory?
The glue. Oh, yes.
But a slaughterhouse is what
Yeah,
it's
we're going to call the abattoirs because it's a little bit nicer. So, process worker, meat boner and slicer, machine operators, mobile plan operators. What?
maybe the mobile abattoir.
Mobile plan operators. I don't know what that. I've never heard that. Truck drivers, including heavy trucks. So, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Wouldn't it be great?
Wouldn't it be interesting if this new blueprint that Orana is pushing with the government turns into something we see in other states?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, what benefits there could be. And once again, as you said,
yes,
regional is the key. That, with all these limitations being put, the 3-year work experience requirement on the 186 and 187,
yes,
2 years on the 482, these regional deals just may be the very best deals for a lot of applicants.
I totally agree. I think we've gone through a contraction with regards to immigration and visas, and now I think if you've survived as a migration agent, as a lawyer, running your business through this tough time, which was last year, I really think things are going to change and benefit. So hang in there, because regional is the way to go.
That's it.
So, yeah.
That's it. Well, that's our show for this week. We'll hope you'll join us again for next week. Until then, I'm Mark Northam.
I'm Monica Gruszka.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
See you then.
This episode of The Migration Show is sponsored by Christopher Levingston and Associates.
Yes, Christopher is a accredited immigration lawyer and has been for many years, and he has a wonderful offer for all you registered migration agents or anyone else in the field who needs a review on a failed AAT case.
That's it. If you have had an AAT case that did not get a positive result, Christopher has a standing offer for all RMAs to give you a free review of that case and give you advice as to whether there may be possibilities of taking it to the federal court or elsewhere. So if you have a unsuccessful AAT case or any other question, please send it to Christopher by email.
Yes, email is christopher@levingston.com.au, christopher@levingston.com.au.